Our presentation is on tobacco. This is presented by Tyra, Lydia, and Derek. What is tobacco? Tobacco is a preparation of nicotine-rich leaves of a plant, which are cured by a process of drying and fermentation. You can take in tobacco two ways. You can either smoke it or chew it. Both ways bring harm to your body. What are some parts of tobacco? There are multiple components that make up tobacco, such as carcinogens, tar, nicotine, and carbon monoxide. Nicotine is the addictive drug found in tobacco products. This is why many people who smoke tobacco find it hard to quit. A carcinogen is a cancer-causing substance. This is probably the most toxic part of tobacco. Tar is thick, sticky, dark fluid produced when tobacco burns. Tar destroys hair-like structures called cilia that protect from infection, which line the upper airways. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless, poisonous gas that is taken in through the blood when smoking tobacco, which is then replaced by oxygen, depriving cells and organs from what it needs. The use of tobacco can damage a lot of parts in your body. It can damage your nervous system by increasing chances of having a stroke. In the respiratory system, it can cause coughing. In the digestive system, it can cause cancer and tooth decay. In the cardiovascular system, it can cause increased risk in a heart attack. And in the excretory system, it can cause cancer in the bladder and kidneys. Chronic bronchitis is where repeated tobacco use can damage the cilia in the bronchi until it no longer works. In the cardiovascular system, it can cause an increased risk in heart attack. In the excretory system, it can cause cancer in the bladder and kidneys. Chronic bronchitis is where repeated tobacco use can damage the cilia in the bronchi until it no longer works. Emphysema is a disease for using tobacco that damages tiny air sacs in your lungs. The use of tobacco makes them less elastic, hence making it harder to breathe. Lung cancer is when the cilia in the bronchi is destroyed. When this happens, cancerous cells can form and go into the lungs unless detected early. Coronary heart disease and stroke is where nicotine cuts down your blood vessels, and it also causes plaque buildup in your blood vessels, which can make your arteries harden. Your arteries may also become clogged, increasing the risk of a stroke or heart attack. Smoking pipes and cigars presents major health risks. Smokers of these have an increased risk of developing cancers of the lip, mouth, and throat. Another harmful effect of smoking involves smokeless tobacco. This is not a safe alternative to smoking. Smokeless tobacco delivers both nicotine and carcinogens to the body at levels that are more than the amount delivered by a single cigarette. Smokeless tobacco is as addictive as smoked tobacco. It also irritates the mouth tissues, causing leukoplakia, or thickened, white, leathery-looking spots on the inside of the mouth that can develop into oral cancer. These types of cancers are more common amongst users of smokeless tobacco. Other consequences include legal, social, and financial consequences. Selling tobacco products to people under the age of 18 is illegal in all states. Also, school prohibits the use of products in school property. For social, many people find the smell of tobacco offensive. So if you use tobacco, you may be excluded from social gatherings. And for financial, using tobacco products can get very expensive. If you buy a pack of cigarettes a day, you can spend more than $2,000 a year. A lot of teens who use tobacco decide to quit. Here are some reasons why they quit. Experiencing health problems like asthma, cancer, and/or respiratory infections. They have the commitment to stop, realize the cost of their bad habit, and the future effects to their bodies and their family and friends. Here are some statistics about tobacco. One person dies every 6 seconds from a tobacco-related disease. Tobacco use is the single largest preventable cause of death and disease in the United States. 480,000 people die from smoking each year, and more than 40,000 of these people die from secondhand smoking. For ages from 18 to 24 years old, 13% of them smoke or use some type of tobacco in the whole world. 1.1 billion use some sort of tobacco, and in the 20th century, 100 million people died. Each day, around 3,200 people under the age of 18 smoke their first cigarette. For high school students, there's approximated that 18% of them smoke. And finally, at least 16 billion people have a disease from smoking. There are 4,000 different chemicals in the cigarette, and these chemicals can be brought into your body by either smoking or just breathing it in. By breathing these chemicals, it can affect all ages, causing eye irritation, headaches, ear infections, and coughing. Each year, 3,000 people get lung cancer just by breathing it in, and not smoking. Children of smokers are twice as likely to be in worse health as compared to non-smokers. These same kids also have twice as likely of a chance to have lung cancer. Children of smokers are also 3 times as likely to smoke when they grow up. What are some benefits of living tobacco-free? The benefits of living tobacco-free are having a fresher breath, whiter teeth, and better smiling hair and clothes. You won't have discoloration on your fingers and other body parts. You also won't be worried to have your family members second have smoking. If you don't smoke, you won't have to worry about when you're going to take your next cigarette because you're addicted, and you won't have to constantly spend money on another pack of cigarettes a couple times a week. What are some tips for quitting tobacco? Some tips for quitting tobacco are: prepare for the day, get support and encouragement, identify available health-related services in the community, replace tobacco use with healthier alternatives, change daily behavior, engage in healthful behaviors. Our sources included healthliteracy.worlded.org, our wellness book, Glenn Cole, and Google Images. Thanks for listening.